Hey, how are you? My name is MaxNoSleeves, and did you know that I'm an artist? A meat artist? I was talking to a real artist the other day, and he told me that one of the things he appreciates about creative people is that when you're out there, when you put yourself out there, you're intrinsically vulnerable. Look up intrinsically.
Intrinsically, a verb, in an essential or natural way. Murder is intrinsically evil. Similar to inherently.
When you put your art out there, you're inherently vulnerable. And I think that's a scary thing, and I think that a lot of people aren't comfortable with it. And I'm not. But you know what? In the spirit of leaning into stuff that you're not comfortable with, I thought I would share with you a whole bunch of stuff I probably shouldn't tell you because it's embarrassing and uncomfortable and ridiculous and vulnerable. So here you are. This is 50 things I really shouldn't admit. Okay. Ready? When I'm driving, I'm really paranoid about the cops. Not that, like, I'm doing anything wrong. I'm not speeding or smuggling drugs.
He's a drug smuggler.
But, like, I've seen too many cop shows and I don't trust people. So when I see a cop and I pull up next to him or he pulls up next to me or whatever, I, every single time, pick my nose, like really deep in there. Because I have this fantasy that when a cop sees me picking his nose, he'll get so like disgusted and embarrassed that he'll just look away. Unrelated, I pick my nose. I don't know what Destiny, the video game, is. I actually really like those old Fantastic Four movies. I sweat all the time. I'm sweating right now. I really like that song Bad and Bougie, but I don't know any of the lyrics. Bad and bougie, liberty magic with Susie. Bad and bougie, bitch you are lovely but moody. Bad and bougie, Batman is my favorite movie. Something that makes me really, really mad is when someone doesn't know their entire burrito order when they get to the front of the counter. My password for my email address in college was a nickname for my dick, and it also included digits. I didn't really like Breaking Bad. I used to get those tubes of pre-made cookie dough, and then instead of making cookies, I would just unwrap them and eat them like a carrot. I've never seen an episode of Glee, and I hate a cappella music, but last night I watched about 20 videos of a cappella songs from the show Glee. I play a lot of online chess. Not that I'm embarrassed by that, I'm embarrassed by how bad I am, considering how much online chess I play. The other day I was at the gym and I went into the sauna, and the way the sauna works in my gym is there's sort of two benches. So you can walk in and just sit down, that's one bench, and then the second one is you have to walk in and like climb up, and then you sit down up here. Anyway, sometimes older dudes like to stretch in the sauna. I get that, that's whatever, you're old. Anyway, one dude was doing a hamstring stretch, so he was pulling his leg up like this, but the way he was facing and the way I walked in, I took a step and then I looked directly into his asshole. I miss my dog, like a lot. A lot of people assume that when I'm playing with my beard, I'm in some sort of like a deep intellectual thought, but in reality, I'm looking for split ends. When I was in the 7th grade, I was about to go to my first like big time cool kids party. And before I went, I decided to brush my teeth and I dripped some toothpaste on my pants. And I don't know if you've ever done that, but it makes a whitish, creamy stain. So when I got to the party, somebody noticed a whitish, creamy stain on my pants. And they were like, oh, what's going on with your pants, man? And I was like, oh, it's, I think it's toothpaste. And he goes, sure, it's toothpaste. Yeah, toothpaste. And he pointed it out to everybody and everybody laughed. And I was like, I know, right? Toothpaste, that's weird. I had no idea what they were talking about. I've looked at cartoon porn before. It's not my thing, but I definitely made it a point to figure out if it was my thing. I've seen every episode of How I Met Your Mother at least once. I could probably tell you the plot just by the beginning of the show. This is making me really uncomfortable. Oh, this video is getting me nervous. When I'm alone, I usually talk to myself out loud, and then I always say, hey, who am I talking to? But I say it out loud for the imaginary people that are watching me behind closed doors. Who? I don't know. This is gone. This is embarrassing. I didn't know what ceviche was until like a year ago. It sucks. There are days when I wake up and I just don't want to get out of bed. It doesn't matter how much sleep I got, it doesn't matter like how late I slept in. I'm just exhausted and like morose, and I can't even like realize the thought of facing the world. It's brutal. Coffee helps. I really like those pimple popper videos, but I can't actually watch the pop. I can watch it until I see something moving under the skin, and then I like have to look away and I squeal like a little girl. I don't know what hentai is, and at this point I'm too scared to ask. The most uncomfortable I ever get is when someone or something or somehow something's gonna happen to my butthole. When I see a dude with piercings all over his face, I don't think he's tough or a badass or whatever. I just envision myself getting into a physical fight with him and immediately ripping all that stuff out. In high school, I used to sneaky try to smoke cigarettes in my room, and I always thought I was getting away with it, but my parents' window was right next to my window, so I'm pretty sure they smelled it. I have such a specific shower routine that if I do anything out of order, I completely forget what I was doing. K-pop hurts my ears. I'm pretty sure I gave myself ADD in the last couple of years because I can't focus on anything for more than 40 seconds. it's, you know, it's funny, but it's really kind of scaring me. One time when I was in a parking lot, I lit a newspaper on fire, and I thought it would just be like a torch or whatever, but then it went like it blew up in a huge fireball, and I just ran away. I've said this before, but I still don't know how to ride a bike. I used to have a pair of Lucky underwear that I would wear whenever I thought I was gonna, you know, hook up with a girl. They were Joe Boxer yellow, and they had a big smiley face on the front. At that point in my life, I hadn't even touched a boob yet, so that underwear had a 0% success rate. I started vaping. There's my vape. And I actually kind of like it. Does that make me a vapor? A vapist? Fuck. One time when I was in high school, I copied off my neighbor during a test, question for question. But the problem was it was a standardized test where you like fill in those little bubbles. The way they seat you, like the two people next to each other, their questions are in a different order. So for me, on number 5, the correct answer would be A. And for her, on number 5, the correct answer would be C. And I realized that about halfway through that even what I was copying was wrong, but I still just did it because I had no idea what I was doing in that test. AP history. A lot of people use Snapchat to send me their dicks. I used to pretend like I could solve a Rubik's Cube because I had a completed one in my room, but what happened was I just broke it apart and then put all the pieces together by hand. I thought pineapple on pizza was pretty cool because I liked it when I was a little kid, but I had it the other day and it sucks. And now I like spent years defending people who like pineapple on pizza. One time I was trying to be all emo and I lit like 30 candles around my bed and then I fell asleep and I woke up and 3 of them were like knocked over and I'm pretty sure I should have burned my house down. I hate cooking and I hate overhead cooking videos on Facebook, but I love overhead cooking videos on Facebook. I don't know what cream of chicken is and it kind of freaks me out. I still have no idea what I'm doing in my life. I think those videos where the people rap at the fast food workers are like some of the most cringy, awkward, uncomfortable. That would drive me crazy. No. The videos where the flight attendant is being like super sassy during the flight safety demonstrations. Oh God, that would just makes my skin crawl. I like hockey, but I don't understand hockey. I'm pretty sure I tore my ACL the other day and my plan is just to kind of walk it off. Sometimes I'm really sad and I go for runs or I go outside or I have a good meal or I get shit-faced or I really don't know how to deal with it. I usually just am sad and then I go to bed. And the worst one of all, sometimes when it's cold, I wear sleeves. Okay, well, that was, I don't feel good at all, but now I'm out there, I'm vulnerable, so there you go. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe. If you don't like the video, please subscribe. My name is MaxNoSleeves, and I'll see you next Tuesday.